are back live in Seattle, Washington for the opening serve. Andy Nett versus Luis Cordova. Andy from Winona, Minnesota, and of course Luis Cordova from Juarez, Mexico. This is the 7th place final. The last time they faced each other was in Tucson in November, and it was Cordova taking down Andy Nett there. I saw Andy down the hallway in Tucson at race stop number 3, and I said, how many points did he get off you? And he said 25. And that was the last time I talked to him for about a month.
Point. 1 serve 0.
Well, we had a lot of drama there that last match.
Point.
I'm sure you guys had all the time in the world to talk out every aspect of it.
2 serve 0.
Sometimes you are the windshield and sometimes you're the bug. And it's kind of a tough situation to commentate on because you keep bringing up the same exact points, but if you're just new tuning in and you don't know what's going on, you have to be informed of why there's a delay, and it's kind of just a touchy situation. All the different elements behind Sean Linning hitting Nadi Alvarado in the nose on accident on a play made it very difficult for Nadi to come back in. He
3 serve 0.
He fought though in that tiebreaker. John?
I was very impressed. He really, till the 15th minute of his injury time, he was still bleeding. So it was only that time he got between games.
0 serves 3.
That it worked out, but still it had to affect both of their mental states so much. I mean, the game had like 10 double-figure short serves by each player.
Side out. 3 serve 0. Point.
Andy Nett goes for that corner kill and doesn't get it.
4 serve 0.
These guys, you wonder about a 7th place match, how much higher they'll have, but these things tend to rear their ugly heads in future rankings. Like Nett'll say, gosh, if I could have beat
0 serves 4.
6 months ago for 7th place, maybe I'd be, because they're going to be right in the cusp from now on.
You're right.
Whatever new players come in next year. You want to be top 8. You want to be as solid as possible.
Yeah, you have the number 7 guy versus the number 8 guy, and if
0
Cordova loses here, I mean, I know that we're not looking at the rankings, but if Cordova loses to Andy Nett here, it could mean the difference of pulling Sean Linning or Luis Moreno. Not like that really means anything.
Well, I'm saying to get one of the 8 invites.
Right, and that's
primarily, especially if
1
Chapman comes back.
4.
It's a long shot at this point, but if he comes back, one of them's bounced.
That's right.
Or you get some other Irish stud qualifier decides to try next year, makes a semi-final right away.
We might have a strong showing from someone like Armando Ortiz, who was an invited player for pretty much the whole year until he started having health problems again.
Maybe
and
a new
Tommy
Hall of
Little
Fame
as well.
Inductee just gets all fired up. Never mind. No comment there.
Side out.
You just never know what happens.
1 serves 4.
That's why it is important that these guys play these things out. And I think, you know, the crowd might not realize it, but this is a huge rivalry in the making here between these two.
And the old USHA Pro Tour in the 90s, when they went to that consolation format, that's what sorted out all the 9 through 12 guys. It's what they did in these matches.
Point.
And they went in with different attitudes, and the guys who went in with the wrong attitude,
5 serves 1.
They're the ones who got replaced in the top 12.
Side out. 1 serves 5.
Andy Nett serving here at 1-5. I believe Andy served to that right over there is so potent. As soon as he gets rolling on that, he could tie this fairly quick, John.
Yeah, he's definitely got that quick strike, like you say, when he's capitalizing on the setup immediately.
5
That's
serves
the second
1.
part of it. Behind the backer there.
Point.
Yeah, you would say that during this tournament, between the two of them, Nett has had the more
6
respectable
serves
showings, but throw that all out the door for this. This is the head-to-head. They're starting with a clean slate. Any more idioms, expressions I can throw in there?
Andy Nett gets the point. This is 1 game to 25, John. Halftime at 15.
6.
And Nett had a commanding lead in his 5th place loss to Garner today.
Side out.
At the half.
6 serves 1.
Yeah, I see if turnabout is fair play once we get there. That's if Andy doesn't go on a run beforehand.
Replay.
Now, I know the players and
6
yourself
serves.
haven't played a lot of the 25-point games, but I wonder what the players that are
Short
losing think
Second
about
serve.
when they take that break. And I wonder what the players that are winning think about, because clearly there has been a change in momentum every single time we've had a match. It seems that every single time the one that's losing actually comes back and puts in a pretty good performance.
Yeah, the 2 times I qualified,
Point.
I was down at the half. The 3rd time I was also down, but I didn't
7 serves
get that
1.
back. But
Short ball.
It's a cool feature.
Second serve.
I wonder if the person that is winning will.
That would go in the book as an ace. That was untouched.
I think it was like a bad bounce that created an untouched ace, but I guess it's nonetheless. That ball hit the crack and went down. I
8
think that's why
serves
Andy
1.
missed it, but I like the serve from Cordova.
Andy's played so well in his first 2 matches, and he's in danger of having nothing to show for it at all. He's obviously flat at this moment.
We have some interviews that we were a part of that Andy Nett was unable to make earlier, but we did capture Luis Cordova. If we can cue number 5. Luis Cordova is sponsored by the Salt Lake City Aces, and they actually put together $1,000 to help get him here, fly him here from Mexico, and put him up in this very prestigious Washington Athletic Club. And nobody knows more about sponsorship than Luis Cordova. He's sponsored by Tecate Light, of course, Salt Lake City Ace Disposal Handball team. We asked him about the WAC, the Washington Athletic Club, and support for handball, and this is what Cordova had to say.
It means a lot that a club this size and this nice supports handball. It's a very nice club. I've never been here, but I've been walking around, and it's a very, very nice club. All the courts are perfect, and from what I've heard, they've held some of the best tournaments here. So hopefully this will be a good tournament too.
Let's go back. Here's a serve from Andy Nett. That's a nice little take from Luis Cordova, who's completely humble.
9 serves 1.
A lot of these experiences he has on the Pro Tour here have been the first experiences he's had outside of Mexico, and so of course his take is really raw and fresh, John.
Yeah, but he's intelligent, saying and thinking the right things, like you said. Humility, a sense of
10 serves 1.
He's part of a bigger thing. Now Cordova can't afford to get lackadaisical here. He's got things going his way, but you know Andy Nett can score quickly.
Boy, that was an amazing get from Andy. He had to adjust 3 different times to get that ball to the front wall.
The hand-eye is just phenomenal when you get to these top 8 guys, and they're making it look easy. A casual observer would not know how hard that was to do.
10 serves 1.
That's a serve that gave Andy some fits in the last round.
Cordova is a student of the game.
Point.
Cordova is probably
11 serves 1.
the one who watches more of our handball videos than Dave Fink.
And he's absolutely got Andy completely
12 serves 1
right now. And he's like, come on, is this going to get, I'm not going to show up next year if you're all going to serve this to me.
Second serve.
Ooh, he's going for something new. Not really.
Oh, it looked like Andy was going to step in on that.
I was wondering if he'd ever do that with Allen.
Side out. 1 serves 12.
As Allen changed to that serve. That was all she wrote for Andy Nett.
And you know Cordova was taking note. So let's see if Nett decides to go to hard Z's to the left.
Andy Nett is a fan favorite here, as he is everywhere we go on the Pro Tour.
3 serves 12.
Serving here at 3-12. It's not over for Andy.
I noticed our 2 international players are the ones without nicknames.
Second
Have there been any suggestions for Luis? Shanks? We didn't really have one. He said back in the time he was called Carbine. It's something to do with loud and strong.
Replay.
Well, yeah, you know, you look at Cordova, and I don't know if he has a nickname back home, but I know that his whole family is watching, and they'll zip me in text or a Facebook PM. Charlie used to be Lurgan Boy, but I guess you say Carbine. That just hasn't stuck with me.
It's, if I were, it doesn't matter at all what the player thinks, but I would rather Carbine than something with boy in the name.
12 serves 3.
Wonder Boy.
But then again, the Minnesota Dreamboat would say, wait a minute, we have a say in this?
13 serves 3.
Minnesota Dreamboat's been upgraded to MDB.
Short.
That's a short ball. This is the 7th place finals between Luis Cordova and Andy Nett. And if you're saying, well, look at how many people are not in the stands right now. Well, this is one of those 12-hour days, John, and they're all standing out watching the action on a monitor while they're having their favorite spirit.
I believe we're hooked up at the sports bar downstairs. Some might have chosen to go that route.
3.
Yeah, it's piped in through the system. If you can go onto your TV back at the hotel and type in 99 as a channel, it doesn't come up on the directory, but it does display all the action. In fact, I was wondering if we could run some
halftime.
I was wondering if we could run some of our cables up to the room and we could just do it live from the 19th floor. I'm not sure if that can happen or not. This is halftime. Cordova is up here at 15-3 versus Andy Nett. This is for 7th place. We're going to take a quick timeout for John Bike. I'm Dave Vincent. Stick around. More action on the way.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year, I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darts there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
We are back here at the Washington Athletic Club show court. Number 1, Luis Cordova is in a commanding lead here versus Andy Nett in the 7th place final of the WPH Simple Green Race for 8. We saw Simple Green earlier there as one of the sponsors, actually the namesake of this Race for 8. It's been a wonderful season, starting off at Peak Health and Wellness in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, in early October of 2011, culminating with a final Players Championship that will crown the race leader, which we actually already did. Statistical winner, Luis Moreno, as he enters the finals, would have had to have lost in the semis, and Sean Lenning would have had to have won this tournament in order for Sean to be the race leader. 15-3 is the score here. We're going to 25, win by 2.
Yeah, but the Super Bowl is still in play and the tournament championship.
We have one of the 3 elements out of the way, and that one is Luis Moreno won the Players'
16
Championship.
serves
But
3.
like you said,
The Super Bowl ball is interesting. Fink cannot create enough space with his win tonight. It will. He's playing a morale boosting match, but not for Super Bowl points. The Super Bowl will be determined by the Lenning-Marino match.
wow.
Because Idaho is within 60 points, and that's the
3
difference between
serves
first and
16.
second at this special event.
So they could tie then?
No, they can win outright. They're
Okay.
Tucson. If David wins, that
Point.
will only put us 55 points ahead.
Okay,
But
so
it's a 60-point match.
boy, that's a
It's
very
coming right
close
down to the wire.
16.
race here. Well, make sure to let the gallery know that if Seattle wins, Sean Lenny wins,
Short.
he would bring a team championship back to Seattle.
You just have
Second
to wonder
serve.
how a human could cope with that kind of pressure, though. I don't even know if we want Sean to know. It's just
Now, what if Dave?
unbearable. Well,
What if Dave?
by my
Fink
calculations,
loses?
a Fink victory does not put us up by 60 points. It puts
4
us up
serves
by
16.
45 or 55 points.
Okay.
Now, my calculations have been fluid in the past, but my best estimate now is that the 60-point final between Moreno and Lenning will determine the Super Bowl team championship.
16 serves 4.
Referee is Aaron Garner from Portland, Oregon, originally San Antonio, Texas. He's won the state
Point.
championship in Oregon in the singles about 4 out of the 5 years he's lived there.
17 serves 4.
17-4 is the score. He's the brother of Alan Garner, of course.
Replay. Screen. Seventeen serves 4.
Andy Nett does not look like he's
18 serves 4.
Well, Andy
into this match.
really doesn't like this serve. This should be the book. I mean, Moreno should have done this. Just looking at how Andy's responding
19
to this.
serves 4.
terrible shot from Nett.
Point.
It took us about 24 hours. We
20
finally went
serves
negative.
4.
We're Bill Walton here.
I went negative about 20 seconds after saying that we're going to keep this positive.
But you reverse that. And you
I've been good.
I've made one
21
or
serves
two
4.
slip-ups myself. But no one said the word terrible yet. That was terrible.
Okay, now.
22 serves 4.
Andy Nett just wants this over with. Cordova at 23, Andy Nett at
23
4.
serves 4.
This is for 7th place. The 5th place match between Alan Garner and Dave Fink comes up at 5 o'clock, which is in 19 minutes. So we're right on schedule here. Even with that extended timeout, that looked like it skipped in. I think Andy wanted to argue, but
24 match point
he
serves
knows
4.
that this is over with here, right here.
Well, Andy needs to go back to Minnesota and have people serve him only that serve, because that's just too glaring a weakness at this point.
Side out.
Of course, those Minnesota boys are pretty hardy. They might
4 serves
consider
24.
it not manly enough to do.
Point.
There's a point for Andy Nett.
5 serves 24. Short ball. Second serve. Replay.
Referee just waiting to see if the player wanted to take that over. I don't know what the player would do if Cordova wasn't
5
in the
serves
way.
24.
5 to 24.
That reminds me of something I noticed in the Alvarado-Lenning match that you two might not have. You catch most things, but Sean does a
Point.
great job. I've told you the strategy of
Serving and backing in.
generating a hinder.
6
Your
serves
serve.
24.
We noticed it became sort of a trend there.
But
and
Nadi just fell into the trap. I thought there were neutral situations that Nadi should have just not tried to sell the hinder. he was better off in that situation than he was
Side out.
giving Sean the first serve again.
Yeah, it was very interesting. It seems that Sean is so innocent in there, but yet he's one of the smartest handball players. I was
match
commenting
point,
to
serve
Fink
6.
saying, Sean knows completely what he's doing here. He's able to mosey into your way.
Second
And
serve.
Noddy was going around him. At times, obviously, there was a lot of balls that he hit Sean with. I mean, probably more than that we've witnessed.
You're talking about getting hit by the ball, but and if that didn't
Six
succeed,
serves,
didn't succeed
24.
with that, then he traded a hinder during the rally.
Yeah. It's just interesting. Referee wasn't picking up on it. Sometimes you see him, you know, talking to the players and telling them they need to separate themselves. But you saw a lot during the rallies where it was just so tight between the two, hitting the ball right down the middle. That seems somewhat sloppy, but Sean acted just very innocent during the whole thing. And there's another side out here.
6 serves 24.
But I'm saying, because I saw one of the cagiest players I know, John Flash Robles, make that same mistake. I mean, as a server, I encourage you to try and create hinders as long as the rest let you get away with it. As a receiver against a big server,
24 serves 6.
Right.
Don't throw your hands up. You don't want to hinder.
Right. You don't want him to come out.
You're in a neutral situation in the rally. And I saw John Robles do one of his acting jobs and get a hinder call, and the result was
match.
He gave Vic
Match,
Perez
guys.
an extra serve at match point.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Sean had some great serves down the right.
And now Lenning or Vic Perez is serving to you for the match.
Right, with that amazing serve. Luis Cordova takes down Andy Nett here to win 25-6. We'll have 5th place coming up next. It's going to be Alan Garner versus Dave Fink. For John Bike, I'm Dave Vincent. Stick around. We'll have another one in just a few minutes at racefreight.com.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.